In this video clip, we'll continue looking at SQL, and we'll now look at select statements. So we'll try and follow along with using the same data that we had on our web page, although it's a little bit different. So what we've done is we've populated a table. So let's take a look. We have the kennel table, and we have 3 kennels there. In the puppy table, we've populated it with 5 puppies, 5 dogs, right? And you can see the names there, and then the kennel code that they belong to. With the puppy tricks table, we've got the trick ID, the puppy number, and the trick ID, and where they learned the trick, and the skill level. Now this we had to fill in ourselves, right, because this is a composite key. So there was no auto-num here, so we had to fill that in ourselves, so we did that. And then we have a trick table with 4 tricks, right? By the way, you'll notice that these are all in tabs. I can close all these at once if I want. But if you don't want tabs, if you want to see the windows, be able to see more than one at a time, what you can do is you go to File and go to Options down here. And when it comes up, you'll see that under Current Database, there's an option here for overlapping windows. If you click on that and choose OK, right, then you have to close the database. But if I close the database, see if I can close it. And where's close database. And then I'll open it back up. I'll just open, kind of do recent. Where's recent at here? If I open it back up, let's see, where's it at? Should give me recent. Recent. Here we go. So if I open it back up, then if I double click on it, it'll come up in a. Notice it comes up in a window. So now I can have multiple windows instead of tabs. So you have to decide if you like that feature, and you can move them around. If you get this enable content, go ahead and just click OK on that and enable it. All right, so those are our tables, and we have our SQL here as well. The only difference is, I guess, with the trick ID and the kennel code ID, is different from our little layout here because we use sequential numbering, and so we didn't use the in order of 10 or in order of 100. So that's the only difference with our data. Now let's look at select statements. Let's say I wanted to select all the puppies in the puppy table, right? Okay, so we could just do that. So go to Create, and we'll go to Query Design, and we'll just do puppies. Click Add, Close, and if we want to do it, where we want to type it in, we do View SQL, and now it's select. It's select from, and I'll put it all in one line. Select, figure out what fields we want to select from puppy. So what does puppy have in it? Let's go back down here and you can see. Puppy has puppy name. Let's say we want to select puppy name, puppy underscore name, and then from which table? From puppy, right? And then if we leave it like that and just hit run, it will get everything. But we could say where, put a where clause in there if we wanted to. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So if I go back, I can go back to view and go back to SQL. And if I look at the puppy table, what do we have in here? We have the kennel codes. So let's say where kennel code is 2, right? So let's close that up. So select puppy name. Select puppy name from puppy where. I'll put this on the next line. Where puppy or kennel code, right? Kennel code equals 2. And we could do ands and ors in here in the where clause. We could do where kennel code equal 2, and I don't know. If we had another field, we don't have another field. We could do an and or an or, right? We could do that. So let's run this now. Go to Design and run it, and now we get the 2. Okay, so that's selecting one field basically. So we could save this. I can close out of this, and I'll go ahead and save it, and we'll save it as puppy underscore select. Right, we'll get that in there. Now, suppose we want to bring in data from more than one table. Let's say we want to do the puppy table and the kennel. We want to see what kennels are in. So I could do create, and I'll do query design. This time I'll do puppy, and you could actually do all the tables. Maybe we'll do that before we end here if we have time. And notice it brings in the relationships, right? So it generated some SQL for us already. But if I go to view, right? You can see here it says select from kennel inner join puppy on kennel code. So it says for kennel code, that's the kennel table, and then there's a period and then the field name. Same here. So I can just run that. It'll give me everything. Oops. Must have at least one destination. Oh, select. So I have to select. What do I want to select? Do I want to select? I could select all. That's the asterisk. That gives me everything. Okay, that gives me all the fields from all the tables. I have to maybe scroll over here so you can see a little bit. Right. Make it a little bit larger. Okay. Or I could select the individual fields if I wanted to. So I would just to do that, I would just go to View, SQL. Let's say I wanted to select kennel name and puppy name. So I could do select kennel name, comma, puppy name, right, from kennel, where we're joining on kennel code, and run that. Okay, there you go. So this could be the puppy kennel query. Okay, puppy kennel query. So I can close that up and save it. So we'll say puppy kennel. I won't put query on there. We'll just say puppy kennel. All right, and you can tell what type of query it is because of the icons. Right, these are the select queries right here where there's icons. Now if I go back and do that again, puppy kennel, I'll open this up in design view, and it came up in SQL view because that's the last view I had. If I go back to view and I go to design view, you'll see what happens here. It has a nice wizard approach to doing this. If you wanted to not use SQL and wanted to have the SQL generated for you, right? Because you can also put where clause in here. Where, let's say kennel code. Maybe I want kennel code, right? Equals 2. So I can just do that, right? And maybe I don't want to show kennel code in the output. So then I can run it. Okay, now what's the SQL look like? Oops, go back here to SQL. And you can see what it did. All right, so this is, you'll be able to use this when you use, if you use Visual Studio, or if you're coding it in a web app or something like that. You can come back and look at this. So this will generate some of the SQL for you if you're not sure. All right, so I just want to show you that. You can save it. Oh, one more thing. Let's go back again. Go back to design view. The other thing you can do is if you can do sorting, right? So let's go back to design view. So I could sort ascending or descending. Maybe I want to sort by puppy name ascending. And I can have more than one criteria in here as well. All right. So there you go. So now it sorts ascending. Right. So we'll save that. One of the other things we'll do is let's have a look at a count. We can use what's called, we have functions that we can use in the select statement. So for instance, let's say we want to count the number of tricks a puppy can do. Let's see if we can do that. So what I could do is by puppy number. So let's see if I can create one of those. We'll just do create, and we'll go to design, query design. And what do we have in there? That's going to be the puppy tricks table. So we'll double click on that. And maybe the puppy. Right, so let's close that up. So we want a count. So let's just say we have, we can have puppy name. And then we'll use trick ID. Right, we'll just use trick ID. And I think all we have to do here is click on the sum or the totals icon up here. And what that'll do is it'll give us another field in this wizard where we could do a sort, or a total. And usually you need at least one group by, but if here you can do a count of the trick IDs. So we could do a count, right? And now if I run this, it should give me the puppy name and the number of tricks they can do. Right, so Airbike can do 2 tricks, W Dog did 1, Scooby-Doo did 2, and so forth. So you can see how powerful SQL can be. Right, so I'll close this up and save it. And I'll call it puppy, right, underscore, puppy trick underscore count. Right, and then you could do sums too. We really don't have any field here where we could sum something. But if you want to sum a value, the same thing, you would click on the icon, the sum icon, and it would you could choose what kind of field you want to do. So that's a quick look at how to do select statements in SQL.